As an author, as a songwriter, all these different things, how is this affecting, if at all, what you're doing or creating yourself?
It's funny if you listen to all my rhymes now. Like, remember I said harmful, destructive behaviors celebrated. So I was cool when I was drinking in the 40s, and I remember I remember I'm on the Public Enemy's remix of Public Enemy #1. Me, Flavor, Run, Ad Rock, MC, Ad Rock, Mike T. So my rhyme is about me being sober now. So one dude wrote, DMC, nobody want to hear that. So I hit back and so motherfucker, it's cool if I'm smoking weed and shooting motherfuckers, but if I say I don't do that, that ain't cool. For just to have, Chuck D never got high a day in his life. Oh, I didn't know that. So now, just like I spoke about what I always did, I've always spoken about what I've always done. So now I speak about what I always do. We have a record out called Me and My Microphone. You could go to Spotify or YouTube and hear it. It's Me and My Microphone. It's produced by Bumpy Knuckles. He didn't rhyme on this one. He produced it. It's me, Ice-T, Chuck D, and DJ Jazzy Jeff together. So it's Chuck doing his Chuck thing. It's me doing my thing. And it's Ice doing his gangster thing. But my rhyme starts, I was sitting in my room talking to my shrink, searching my soul for the missing link to suppress my emotions. I used to drink, but now I don't care what the people think. So now when you hear my rhymes, it's the same DMC, but maybe I'm talking about therapy. Maybe I'm talking about being sober. Maybe I'm talking about this new record I got coming called The Light. It was like Chris Cobain, Chester from Linkin Park, Chris Cornell. All I do is listen to rock. It hurt me when they left. So I say, I'm sick and tired of the pain and the hurt. I do this for Chester, Chris, and Kurt. Death is appealing, so with death I flirt. I tell the world how I feel, and they think I'm a jerk. If I say I'm born, I'll get away from me. I'm not struggling. I'm not bugging. I'm struggling. All this guzzling is puzzling. So you know what I did? I stopped hanging with Jack and Jim, Jack Daniels and Jim Beam, so I could fight to show you that you can win. So now my lyrics are now, D, where you been at for the last 10 years? I'm going to let y'all know.
Well, that's incredible.
It's therapy. It's not drinking. It's eating right. In that DMC manner, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, Ice-T said, this motherfucker DMC can rhyme about poodles and lollipops and make that shit gangster. So everything people aren't talking about. Like, when you look at Entertainment Tonight, they'll talk about Kanye. They'll talk about Britney Spears when something happens. But then the next episode is back to go back to, let's document Kanye going to get help, Britney going to get, I remember I was in rehab in Arizona with the other inmates, the other participants, and we sitting there watching TV in the rec room, and they would show, Britney was in rehab at the time, but she was shopping on Rodeo Drive. And all of us in this, we was like, yo, we wish we was in her, because she got to leave the facility. But then she's still doing just, she could always shop, get clean and right. But then we was like, no, we glad we in here. We glad because we're dealing with our thing. But when we saw that, we was like, what the fuck? How the hell is she shopping? So we need to have more dialogue to where people don't be ashamed. My greatest rhyme is, if you remove guilt and shame, you remove the pain of the situation. You're okay. You're not. People equate themselves with their situation. Oh, I'm fucked up. Oh, I'm worthless. No. If you remove the guilt and shame of the situation, you remove the pain of the situation. Not the pain that is caused, but now you can bring that pain to be joy. Yeah, motherfucker, I got abused, but now Yeah, man, I used to, but now it's not about what you used to be, it's what you now can be. So all my rhymes is not in a preachy, I don't want to kill, I don't want to hear DMC no more, he's so depressing. Just in a fly way, you know what I'm saying? It's Christmas time in Hollis, Queens. You know, this is what I do. I got therapy at 2 and then keep going. But I'm on the avenue in my pickup truck, like stuff like that. So it definitely changed my composition and presentation.
Yeah.
It has to. Just like
Yeah.
it changes the kid. The kid, he's not in the gang no more. So he's not going to write about that. He's going to write, I used to be in the gang, but now, like Rakim didn't say, I do hold-ups and stick-ups. He probably just sold 1 billion records.
Yeah. Well,
Because I know
remember
his
he
crew
said,
from London. My cousin rolled with Rakim and them. They would put on ski masks and rob the whole diner. But he said, I used to roll up. This is a hold-up, but now I learned. So for the God MC to say that, all the little stick-up kids said, yo, we ain't got, yo. But you got to give them, okay, Rakim, motherfucker, I ain't doing it. What am I supposed to do? So you give them the situations, you give them the alternative situations, but you also got to give them a way how to go do that. Like one guy called me, I always talk about this story. This was about 20 years ago. I was on the Old School at noon. And I hate the Old School at noon, Soren. I think it's disrespectful. And they go, what do you mean? Do you say to give me your time? My whole thing is this, because you know where I'm at. I'm like, okay, Old School at noon during the weekday. Where the fuck all the kids at? In school? Do they hear this? When they see me, they looking at me at 58. Then I got to tell them, no, I changed the world when I was your age. But when the kids get out of school, the Old School at noon, those messages from 3 o'clock to midnight is sip syrup. And
right.
hip hop didn't used to do that. Used in a hip hop show, you want to get some positivity up in everybody's lyrics.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Even
saying?
the funny thing is, you know, as we're saying all this, even Rakim Paid in Full is saying that. But remember, Schoolie D on PSK Gangster Rap is saying that he pulled a gun but didn't do it because of his educated mind. So it was always that balance that we're talking
Yes.
about. And
Which
that's,
caused transformation in the individual.
yeah. And
You know?
that's the power of all of this, is also with the trauma and abuse and all these different things. Like I told one of my friends too, when she was telling me something, I said, well, it happened to you, but it wasn't because of you, you know,
Right.
and that's a big,
Yes.
that's a big
Right.
difference, because you were a kid. Like there's nothing you could have done, you
It's
know?
nothing you could have done. Yeah. They didn't do that because of you. They had their own problems.
Yeah.
So it's society and generationally, you got to get the kid to separate themselves. Okay. Like even with the foster kids and adopted kids, when I was in therapy, like the 3rd day in therapy, I was claiming being adopted. And my therapist, she was an older lady, 68-year-old white Jewish lady. And she said, Darryl, what makes you so different from every other kid? And I was like, you know, because I'm adopted and I'm foster. She said, that's what they called it. He ain't call you that. That's what your situation is. Then she asked me, you got people that love you like everybody else? Yeah. You eat and shit like she went for, yeah. So what only thing your situation, she told me your situation doesn't define who you are. You do. Oh, that's why during your whole, when you was getting bullied and teased, you went to Catholic school, that you ain't joining the gang, this and that, you had your comic books. Because the comic books was the only place I saw awkward, clumsy people trying to figure out how to navigate this world that was smart and educated, but they were struggling in life. Every superhero, Batman, Bruce Wayne, Peter Parker, Superman, Clark, but they badass. I related to that, actually got to become that through hip hop. So she said, that was your therapeutic thing that kept you from what you felt after Down with the King. From the day you got into Run DMC, you was your own therapy because you wasn't proclaimed. That feeling was there. Something ain't right. I don't look exactly like my mother might be my mother, but that can't be my father. But your life is so happy, but subconsciously, I'm the king of rock. There is none higher. But you spoke and became what you believed you were. You know what I'm saying? There's believing something and knowing something. I didn't know I was adopted, but it didn't have no effect on me because I was believing something else. So if you believe, even though you know your situation is, if you believe you can be something, or if you know you can be something, that belief, if you can believe, you can relieve. But in my situation, I was trying to smother instead of recover from my trauma. Because when I got checked out of rehab, my diagnosis was suppressed emotions. I was drinking, not the curse run out. The first question my therapist asked me, he was a 46-year-old white guy, and I'm in the intake room. He said, Daryl, during your career with Run DMC, did Run, Jay, Russell, anybody at the record come, they ever do anything to make you upset? And I'm sitting in a lot of, no.
Man, I was with you when I seen it.
No, and he just, in 1985, what I would do was, Run and Jay was healthy. They argued.
They let it out.
Motherfucker did this and that. Subconsciously being adopted. And when I was given away, there's a book called The Primal Wound that says we are conscious. I'm with my mother for 9 months and I'm with her. She gave me away. What are you doing? I went into this mode. So I didn't want to argue with Run and Jay. I went along with making New Jack Swing starring. I hate New Jack Swing. Not that there's anything wrong. I didn't want to do Pause. I didn't want to do Faces. I didn't want to do that Back from Hell album, but I did it to be pleasing so they don't give me away again. Instead of saying, fuck y'all, I quit. And my therapist said, what do you think they would have said? Yo, D, you going to turn down this money? And all that. My therapist, yes. What are you going to do then, motherfucker? Because that's how Run is. Go home and read my comic books because that's what makes me happy. Because I got to the point where you need to make a hit record. You need to be on the chart. When Run DMC stopped being Run DMC and started trying to be Run DMC.
Well, as you're saying that,
Jay and Run didn't want me rhyming about balloons anymore. But they wanted to be more like Onyx and stuff like that. I don't do that shit. I don't even smoke weed no more.
You can see it in the videos. Your energy is not, it's not the same.
Not like
energy.
King of Rock.
It's not.
Because King of Rock was, I wanted to be Freddie Mercury, but I couldn't sing. So road recovery allows these kids to recover from the beat down and the trauma. And it allows them to see the sunlight. You know what I'm saying? They have no joy at home. But when they come to that after school program, it allows them to get through the night, to get through the school, to get back to the place of joy.
Yeah. And that's what music delivers, man.
Yeah, all across the board. I don't care what artist it is. It's Sarah McLachlan's Angel. Miss McLachlan, the name of the record is Angel. You sound like an angel. People say you're an angel, but that record kept me from jumping. You're not an angel to me, you're God. And at the end of my little rant, she said, thank you for telling me that, Daryl. That's what music is supposed to do. And she walked away. There was that Clive Davis Grammy party in LA.
Oh, that's when you guys were absorbed by or Profile was absorbed by Arista, I guess.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Wow. Man. Well, I know they said you got till 1. So anything else, or 1 o'clock my time, anything else you wanted to add before we go?
I mean, basically, road recovery, we're a place, time, and moment for these children to have, like you said, opportunity. But all of us, everybody listening, everybody that we know, we have an opportunity. A lot of times people shy away from even giving a kid an inch of time. You don't have to adopt kids. You don't have to force a kid because it's a huge responsibility, right? Just saying to the kid, I believe in you. Just, because they don't get told that. Or I'm rooting for you. What? You know what I'm saying? So support the youth in all of their situations and watch what happens. Yeah. That's what road recovery is doing.
Well, there it is. DMC, man. It's always great speaking with you. I always learn a lot, and I appreciate it. And
you got to go listen to me and my microphone.
Oh, I'm about to.
Go check out me and my microphone. And that's Jazzy Jeff using turntables. He's not pushing a sampling button.
Okay. Man, and Freddie Fox, aka Bumpy Knuckles, on the production.
Yeah, he's killing. He's killing right now. Because look, he worked with Guru and he worked with Premier, he worked with Lord Finesse. Like he's been around, so now he's starting to produce.
Yeah.
He's dope. The boom bap.
It's there.
Yes, sir.
Be sure to check out the History of Gangster Rap by Soren Baker. He's official.
History of Gangster Rap features exclusive interviews with Ice-T, Snoop Dogg, MC Ren, the D.O.C, and dozens of others. The History of Gangster Rap, a definitive look at how Los Angeles changed rap forever.
In Los Angeles, the streets definitely set the tone of the hip-hop music.
At 19, I got a $50,000 car.
My whole angle always was, I'll be street, but I will always tell you the horrors that go along with this life.
There will be penalties and casualties for just wearing the wrong color in somebody's neighborhood.
And once gangster rap made it from the streets to the TV, the genre exploded.
With Fab 5 on Yo MTV back with NWA.
Yo MTV, it just catapulted us from being local heroes to national gangbang rappers.
The History of Gangster Rap discusses it all from 1980 up till today.
It's always gonna be shit happening in the streets. You know what I mean? So it's always gonna be something to talk about.
The History of Gangster Rap in stores now.